You're about to open a window into the life of a ghost hunter. We'll show you dark, creepy roads that fade into the night. We'll show you haunted places, but most importantly, we'll show you what happens along the way there.
Hi everybody, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Linda.
And we are heading off to Dublin. And that's not actually in Ireland. It's actually a place in Virginia.
Right.
Not sure I was even aware that it was a place in Virginia until we got this call. Were you?
Yeah, I'd heard of it, but I didn't know exactly where it was.
Me neither. And it's out towards the southwestern part of the state. So,
it is. It's out there.
Yeah. So we've got quite a venture ahead of us. But this is going to be a cool case because it's involving aspects of an extraterrestrial case.
Right.
Strange lights in the sky, strange things moving about the house.
Yes.
And we don't do a lot of extraterrestrial investigations.
No.
We do get calls for them here and there, but we do them. Do,
yeah.
And it's an aspect of the paranormal that you don't see a lot. A lot of people are just chasing, ghosts and reports of spiritual activity.
Yeah.
We go after whatever.
Right.
If it's something that's unexplained, we're there trying to investigate it.
That's true.
And I'm hoping that we'll be able to release video from this investigation tonight.
Yes.
If not, this episode of Gas, Grub, and Ghosts may be a whole lot of gas and grub.
And not very many ghosts.
Maybe not.
No.
We'll see what happens. Well, we're here at the rest stop. I believe it's the Goochland rest stop. We're just past Richmond, heading out on 64. This trip's about close to 5 hours.
It is.
About a 5-hour trip out to Dublin, Virginia. And we love these trips, of course.
Yeah.
But a lot of people ask when they call us for a case how much we charge. Mm-hmm. And we want to put it out there that we don't charge anything for these investigations. The investigations, we do them completely free. It's all for research purposes.
Yeah. And fun.
And yeah, because we enjoy investigating the unknown.
Right. We meet a lot of good people at these residentials.
We do.
A lot of really good people.
Absolutely. So we're heading out here, back on the road, just making a quick pit stop at this rest stop.
Yeah.
Well, it's never too early for a Sheetz run, and we're stopping off at a Sheetz somewhere around Waynesboro. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
East of Waynesboro.
East of Waynesboro. Yeah. And a very mountainous region out here. We drove through some serious mountains on the way, which we love doing. But we're actually going to eat at Hardee's, I think.
Yeah.
Thing is, we're meeting a client there, so I don't know if we're going to be doing any obnoxious bites or anything like that.
Probably not.
Probably not a good idea.
We'll save them for later on.
Yeah, we'll save them for later. But we definitely need a pre-dinner snack.
Yes.
You always got to have that. You can't go to dinner on an empty stomach.
Exactly.
So let's go into Sheetz and see what we can get. What did you find there?
Well, actually, they have these pre-made sandwiches and wraps, which I was thinking about trying. I mean, look at this one, buffalo chicken flatbread.
Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good.
Doesn't that look pretty good?
Yeah, it does.
And if you're looking for something a little more on the healthy side, maybe Baja Ranch turkey wrap, they have a couple of different varieties. So I think I might try one of these. I've never tried one from Sheetz, but like everything else at Sheetz, I'm sure it's amazing.
Of course.
So we have a cup here that we have never seen the design of before. They always have lots of coffee cups. I'm actually wondering if this is artwork from one of their recent entries. You know, they had the artwork competition.
Yeah, the rap contest.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's artwork from that, but it's actually pretty cool looking. I like it.
It is.
Yeah. So as you can see, we got these Utz Ridge Cut jalapeno cheddar potato chips. Now, they also had bacon cheddar, and we had a really hard time trying to decide between the two. But, I mean, we may be back through another Sheetz later on tonight. There's no reason we couldn't try the bacon cheddar ones later on. But for now, we're going to pop these open and try one of these.
Oh, yeah. And how's that wrap? I see you tore into that already.
Yeah, I did, because I'm pretty hungry. It's actually pretty good. Not a lot of spice to it or anything. It's somewhat bland, but that's probably a good thing. But it is tasty. I mean, everything tastes very fresh, and the lettuce is nice and crisp, so I'm pretty pleased with it.
So I went ahead and I got this buffalo chicken flatbread, and it looks pretty good. The only thing I was questioning is this thing supposed to be microwaved? Because it looks like a chicken patty in there that you would normally stick in the microwave. But I didn't see any microwave instructions on it, and I saw that it had like ranch spread, so I'm assuming you're supposed to eat it cold. But either way, if I can get it open, that's what I'm going to do with it. They got it wrapped pretty good here.
They did have it wrapped.
I was going to tear into it cold and see what happens. Let's take a look at what's inside first. That's a chicken patty with some ranch spread on there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be eaten cold.
Eat cold, yeah.
Both are good. So we've made it up here to the Hardee's in Dublin, and be careful in the bathroom.
Why is it not good in there?
Can you tell us who's tearing these pillows apart and tearing some of the clothing apart? Do you know who's responsible for that?
What?
That could be a response to the question I asked earlier, how many are here, or it could have just been random radio chatter. Is there a reason for the imprints that have been left in these pillows? Is there some kind of a sign that you're trying to give us? Where are you from? Where did you come from? What brought you to this location? Why are you at this house? Do you have any problems with the religious artifacts that are hanging around? Do you have any problems with the crosses that are hanging up in the room? So down here at the bottom of the stairs was where the son, he had fallen, and he saw a burnt figure down here. We're not sure if it was a man or a woman, but it appeared burnt, perhaps soft in the fall because there was no serious injury from upstairs.
Right.
We're going to do a spirit box session here and run the Paratech app.
Call the something.
Did something bad happen to you? Is there something in this house that belongs to you? Is there a particular person in this family that you're drawn to? Why were you down here when the boy fell from upstairs? Are you still here? Are you related to anybody that lives in this house? Okay, so we're starting an EVP session downstairs. I'm Jeff.
I'm Linda.
And we'd like to know if there's anybody else here with us. If there is, could you please tell us your name?
Can you tell us why you're here? What do you want?
If you do have good intentions, we'd like to know about them. That way, nobody here is afraid. Could you tell us what your intentions are? Why are you here?
Do you believe in God and Jesus?
Can you tell us the year that you were born?
Is there something near the house that you come from? Is there a grave? Is there a well? Is there something nearby where you come from?
Is there something about the property across the street that you're drawn to? Did you used to live there? So we're looking at this light right above the treetops there. Linda, do you still have that stargazer? Yeah, break that out real quick. See if there's anything over there that would be a natural explanation by any means.
Yeah, because I guess, that could be a bright star.
And that would make sense if it was something natural. It would still look like it was going with you.
And like that, see the little one that's flashing that's a star. Like it's red looking. Do you see
Yeah,
it's
it
red,
does look
like,
really red.
Yeah.
It's flashing different colors.
Yeah, that is
But
flashing
you,
a lot.
they appear to be a star, but then when you go to move, it goes with you.
I'm Jeff.
Linda,
And we'd like to know if there's anybody else here with us. If there is, could you please tell us your name?
can you tell us why you're here? Can you knock on something to let us know that you're here?
Is there any way that we can help you?
That might have been my foot making that noise. Where do you come from?
Is there something that we could do for you? So we're heading back up north on 81. And I have to say there was some interesting stuff that perhaps we'll talk more in depth about a little bit later on.
Yes.
But there was an interesting thing, Linda, that was mentioned when the client turned on her phone. This document. Right. What was the story with that document?
She said that on one of her old phones, she had found, I guess while she was driving down the road, she had found some document on her phone that was talking about immunizations and like cloning, and it said something about people being in cells and who was in what cell, and she said most of it was gibberish. It was stuff that she couldn't really understand. I'm not sure whether it was like kind of coded or something, or if it was actually just like terminology that she couldn't understand. But whatever it was, this document, she knew it shouldn't have been on her phone. She had no way of putting it onto her phone, but it scared her so bad that she took her phone and she actually threw it out the window while she was driving down the interstate. So that was...
And something about Jupiter.
Oh yeah, she said those will go to Jupiter,
or they'll drop them in Jupiter or something like that.
Yeah, those will be dropped off at Jupiter.
There's some interesting stuff going on there. Definitely some interesting stuff.
Yeah, what kind of document would say that? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But evidently she started really looking into UFOs and stuff hard and heavy when some of this started happening, and that's when she started getting visited by these, dark SUVs slow rolling by her house, and men stopping and getting out and staring at them and stuff. So I don't know, that's some creepy stuff.
Yeah, this is more scary than ghosts.
It is. Sorry,
not that ghosts are scary by any means. I mean, some people could.
There's not much we can do about aliens. Like, that's not something you can shake some holy water at.
Well, even more so than aliens, you can't shake holy water at the government.
No, but I mean,
you can.
Yeah, well, you can stop looking into it and stop researching it and stop having anything to do with it. The government will probably start.
You got to be careful what you look up, because certain people. I'm not going to say. Certain people have looked up certain things and have claimed that people resembling government officials have followed them or have started to spy on them, per se.
Yes, exactly.
So there's certain things out there, whether it's a faction of the government or some underlying other organization,
right,
that you don't want to mess with certain things because they'll be after you.
That's right.
But we're going to go find something to eat.
Yes.
Because that cold chicken wrap that I had, about 12 hours ago, isn't quite doing it for me.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to have to go find somewhere.
Definitely.
Perhaps that beacon of light.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm looking at this little sign here. Look at this thing right here. It looks like a cheesesteak maybe with cheese fries. Does that look good or what?
It does. It looks really good. I'm just not sure exactly what that is. It definitely looks like cheese fries.
What are you feeling tonight?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want. I'm almost thinking maybe like hot dogs. They have really good hot dogs and brats here. Mm-hmm. They're kind of small, so you have to eat 2 or 3 of them. But kind of thinking like leaning that way. Italian sausage maybe.
So what are you thinking for a drink?
I don't know. I might just go for the good old Dr. Pepper. I haven't had a soda in a couple of days, and I'm feeling like, that little kick of caffeine might be good to keep me awake for a little while on the trip back.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not getting the Dr. Pepper, though.
No.
But I will definitely get a soda.
Yes.
I'm actually going to go with somewhat of a classic, Cherry Coke. And I got to say, I chose the can because I prefer the taste of soda out of a can than a bottle.
Yeah, it does taste really good.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it's a glass bottle. I think glass bottle is my first choice. Can is my second choice. Mm-hmm. And then I take plastic bottle when I have to.
Well, I've learned to get the plastic bottle simply because of the closable lid.
Yes.
Like if you have this open, rattling around in the car, which it's going to end up in the floorboard.
Right.
You know what I mean? As we progress through the night.
True.
Then the soda's going to spill all over. So, and I'm messing anyway, so I'll tip it, spill it.
Take the good with the bad, I guess.
Yep.
So what's cool is Sheetz has this 100K giveaway.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is buy any more made-to-order food, buy a bottle drink, and scan your Sheetz card, which I did. I forgot the Sheetz card in the car, but I went out to get it because we missed several opportunities to be
That's right.
put in this
We
sweepstake where they picked 3 winners. So, pretty cool thing. And there's the food.
So I got some Italian sausages this time, and they come on either a pretzel bun or the regular bun. I think I got a pretzel bun here, but I got a little bit of pico and some onions and some mustard and stuff. So nothing too freaky, nothing too crazy, but I'm looking forward to them because they look really good.
Oh yeah, they do look good. And I was actually thinking hot dog earlier for a snack.
Yes.
I should have done that, but I went healthy with the fried chicken buffalo wrap. It had
Healthy?
wrap in it. If it has wrap, if it's a wrap, it's healthy. It's just a
That's
given.
not necessarily true.
So I'm going to do the unveiling of this half sandwich that I got just to play it safe. Or did I get a whole one?
I
No,
don't know.
I believe I got a half one.
Might have been a half.
Because I figured I'd probably want to eat later. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
this is a cheesesteak.
Ooh.
And there's some steak in there somewhere. There it is. There's the
Sounds
steak. It's got nacho cheese, jalapenos. It's got fries,
French fries. Whoa.
French fries. And then,
Wow.
of course, some kind of spreads that I picked. I forget what they are. Fire roasted tomato, Italian.
Right.
I threw it all on there.
That sounds really good.
And I'm eager just to, like, this thing seems like the perfect thing that I just want to sample first. It's coming out this end. Oh, I got to hurry up and get it.
Oh, yeah.
Got a chance to eat one of the hot dogs.
I did, the Italian sausage.
The Italian
And
sausage.
I have to say it was amazing. I tried it with boom boom sauce, which is something that I wouldn't have normally put on an Italian sausage. But it was actually really good. It complemented it.
Yeah, that boom boom sauce is some good stuff. It really is.
And it was very good. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to digging into this next one.
We're also seeing the return of the appetizer trio,
Yes, app platter.
app platter. And we got some jalapeno poppers.
Yep, and some mozzarella sticks. And onion rings.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times their onion rings, I have to say, are a little bit, I don't know, like the breading on them soaks up a lot of oil or something.
Is that good?
So, no, I mean, it's not necessarily good, but these actually seem pretty good tonight. These seem like some fairly good ones, so I'm kind of looking forward to it.
So I'm thinking with this case tonight, it was very interesting
It was.
because there were aspects of the paranormal that involved ghost-related sightings
Yeah.
and UFO-related
UFOs.
sightings.
Yeah.
And they could be tied together. Many of the things that people see as ghosts could be UFOs,
True.
could be extraterrestrials.
Right.
That's a theory, of course.
Yeah.
But the ghost of the burnt lady that the kids saw at the bottom of the stairs, that
Yeah.
was interesting.
It was, but I really do think that the ghost of the burnt lady was probably the kid's grandmother that
Right.
had died in a fire. She'd been burned up in a fire. And because he was falling at that point from a high point, that's when you're going to see the spirit of somebody that is in your family.
Right.
Like there to kind of protect you and cushion the fall in a sense. you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And a lot goes on behind the scenes that don't make the videos.
Right.
You know, like what we want to do in this case is rule out the possibility of spirits.
Right.
So we did a regular investigation of the house. We gave the lady some means to help free herself of any spirits that may be attached to her.
Yeah, sort of a spiritual cleansing
Right.
of sorts, yeah. Christian spiritual cleansing.
Absolutely. And the video, we give two aspects. We take some video with this camera
Right.
to include in the gas grub and ghost, and then we take some video with the regular camera that we use for the investigations. And the full investigation will be available as an episode of Virginia Paranormal Case Files.
Yeah.
And that'll have the interview with the client and everything else, and so you get to see all that. But you get to see a little bit of a different aspect. Some stuff that's not in that video, of course,
Yeah.
made it in this one. So
Exactly.
it's kind of a little behind the scenes
Yeah.
glimpse, an overview, if you will, of the investigation.
Right, right. Yeah, and this was particularly interesting because there's this building right down the street. You could see the top of the building from their house, and supposedly they do some kind of animal experimentation, kind of top secret sort of animal experimentation in this
Right.
building. And And that's another aspect of it that's really strange, because you don't know what kind of part that may play in this. Are aliens there because they're interested in what they're doing in that building?
They could be.
Like, supposedly they have armed guards that stand on the rooftop of this building occasionally.
She's like, you have to shower to go in and shower to come out.
Yeah.
There's always strange lights coming from this building, and another one down the street, like landing near it, and
really odd.
Some weird stuff going on out there. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But before we get back on the road here, I'm sure we'll be stopping for coffee before long.
Right.
There's one thing left to do.
What's that? So we're cracking open these bacon cheddar chips that we picked up at the Sheetz that we stopped at. We had the jalapeno cheddar ones earlier, but the bacon cheddar sounded really good, right?
Yes, and those jalapeno cheddar chips, I have to say, were pretty good.
They were.
They were very good. Like,
good. Yes.
right down from the seasoning, the right amount of seasoning. They had a little bit of a kick to them, but not so much that it's like overbearing.
Right.
You can still taste the cheddar, I believe it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the texture of the chip was like perfect.
It
like,
was.
These weren't like those chips. Like sometimes you get those chips that like cut the roof of your mouth and stuff like that. I hate those chips.
These were like light and crispy.
They were.
Very light.
They were slightly amazing. Bill and Sally Utz. These people, they know what they're doing when it comes to the potato chip. I'm not sure they know as much as Jim Herr, but they're right up there with them. That's for sure. I didn't make up those first names either. So let's see what the verdict is.
Okay.
Why don't you hold one of those chips up too, so we can get a good look after you open it.
Okay.
So we can get a good look at the level of seasoning.
Right.
That is on these chips.
I also have to say, before I crack the bag open, I really like the packaging just because of the material that the bag is made out of. Like, a lot of times you have these like really shiny bags, they're like with a glossy coating. This is more of a matte finish, and it's very soft, like the material. So it just kind of makes me like.
I like the matte finish bag. It's a good thing.
I like that. It's pretty nice.
And what I really like is the bag that the Grandma Utz potato chips come in.
Oh yeah, it's like a brown paper bag kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like the old-fashioned.
All right. So, as you can see, they have a little bit of an orange tinge to them, not a whole lot, which I would kind of suspect. The ridges are sort of weird because they're kind of squared off. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not like a nice, like, wavy looking thing. It's more like a, I don't know, like a corrugated roof.
It's like a rough cut.
It is. Yeah, they are like a rough cut.
I kind of like the rough cut. So what's the verdict on those?
These are actually quite good.
Perhaps I'll try one. Well, we stopped at this Pilot somewhere up here in the mountains, and I gotta say, it's some nice weather. It's like 59 degrees.
It is. It's
And
beautiful.
it's nice, cool, crisp air.
Mm-hmm.
And this Orchard Truck Plaza that we saw on the right, where all these trucks were, it was like a whole trucker community over there. Wasn't that place crazy?
It was. I've never seen quite so many trucks in my life.
Yeah, me neither. So Pilot does indeed have some of the best coffee, do they not?
They do, but now we walk in and we see that they have Dunkin' Donut coffee.
What?
Which is also usually pretty good.
It is, but I don't know. I kind of like that Pilot House blend.
I know, I do too.
Look at all this stuff. It's like screens of coffee advertisements.
Right. Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are these? Touch screens with coffee beans on top?
Yeah, I don't know. I see the ice.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe for the iced coffee, but I
Look
don't know.
at that.
It's like a big
Iced
mystery.
coffee. Yeah.
Maybe like cold brew. Maybe this is the cold brew thing that is so popular now that's kind of really rather disgusting, but that's just my opinion.
I don't know.
But let's find some cups here because I want the Pilot coffee over here.
I dare say that this Pilot House coffee, perhaps you can see the steam coming off. It is piping hot.
It is. It is piping hot. And I have to say, they have a huge selection of flavors over here.
Look at all that.
These are all the flavorings you can look. Mocha swirl, Heath swirl, like
Hershey's
bars.
cookies and cream?
Yep.
What in the world? I've never seen anything like this.
I know, isn't that
This
crazy?
is like the coffee capital of Virginia right here.
Yep, butter pecan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what else is somewhat cool that I've noticed
Uh-huh.
is there's a Wendy's attached to this pilot, and it's a 24-hour Wendy's.
Wow, okay.
You can eat Wendy's anytime.
That's pretty good.
Right here at this pilot, wherever we are.
Yeah. Somewhere.
They do have a plethora of candy here, including milk chocolate peanut butter malt balls. I have to say those do look pretty good. What'd you find there? Looks like you
I think I grabbed
picked
some
something.
Twinkies. Yeah, because I need the little bit
Some
of a sugar
Twinkies.
rush, but
Yeah, that's unique.
yeah, but I don't want anything that's like over the top sweet, like
Right.
like you know, chocolate all over it and stuff. I can't do that.
Why not go with a classic?
Right, exactly.
I've always wanted to get a hold of one of these CB radios. I think it would be cool with all the traveling we do, just to hook up a CB radio, perhaps get the call sign like Ghost Hunter, and just see what happens, see what kind of conversation can be struck up. This is interesting. Yorktown Ghost Walk.